Welcome. Hi, I'm Deb Jeanette with Lavender Yoga Therapy, and I'm so honored and grateful that you're joining me today in the second session of this workshop called Focus in 2021. This, fo- this Focus 2021 workshop is based on following the path of the five great elements of the earth, water, fire, air, and space. And what we're going to focus on is how these five elements are expressed in nature, in the natural world, including our bodies and in the food that we eat, are all comprised of these five elements. And then they are expressed in what we call the three organizational patterns called the doshas, which are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So please join me in today's workshop. We're going to be focusing on the dosha of the Pitta dosha. So I'm going to share my screen. What is Ayurveda? Ayurveda is the sister science to yoga. And the basis of Ayurveda is understanding that you are part of nature and that your physical and your psychological tendencies can be described in terms of the five elements. So everything, again, is made in the natural world is made up of those five elements. So we're going to explore how understanding these five elements can fit into your life and how it might help you to improve the quality of your well-being. So you've taken the dosha quiz, and I'm sure you do have some questions about what your dosha means. And remember that we all have all the doshas in us. So we're not predominantly just one. We're usually a combination of the three. And things shift with our day-to-day lifestyle habits will shift whether we're in balance or out of balance. So it's really important just to learn how to treat the imbalances in your dosha. So one way that it's really the way to think about treating an imbalance is by doing the opposite, because like attracts like and like increases like. So I guess you've always heard that expression, too much of a good thing is not a good thing. So this is what's very much is true when we overeat or overindulge in any one particular thing in our life. So doshas are combinations of the elements. So if the kapha dosha is a combination of the earth and water element, pitta dosha is a combination of fire and water, and vata dosha is the combination of the air and the ether element. And trying to understand these elements in the doshas a little bit more, I've listed some qualities of what the different doshas are so that you can actually become a little bit more familiar to them. Today I will focus on the Pitta dosha, which is an element of water and fire. And the key qualities of a Pitta dosha is hot and sharp and mobile. And if you are dominant in the Pitta dosha, you'll be drawn to be more intense, focused activities, whether it's your job or through physical fitness or even in your relationships. Pittas often enjoy being in charge and making things happen. Your Pitta persons are great to take charge in a team. They're the leaders. Pittas often enjoy foods that are spicy and flavorful. And they never skip a meal because the fire needs to be fed in their digestion. So remember, the more intense your activities or the spicy the foods that Pitta consumes, the more the Pitta will increase. And then this is what happens. If it increases too much, then you're going to get that imbalance. And the symptoms of an imbalance for a Pitta dominant person are things like hyperacidity in their digestive system. They might get things like heartburn or irritability. And personality-wise, they might become more judgmental with outbursts towards themselves and of others. So those are some of the things that you might recognize when your pitta is out of balance. So how can you temper that? Certainly is looking at how we eat. So again, if we look at a pitta, the qualities of sharp, hot, oily, liquid, spreading, these are certain qualities of the pitta dosha. And these characteristics, because of these, the pitta is balanced with flavors such as sweet and bitter and astringent tastes. And what aggravates pitta would be sour and too much sour, too much salty, too much pungent. So, as a pitta person is really famous for their fiery natures, and it's reflected in their bodies, in the physiological responses, and even in their mental tendencies. So, you might, be thinking about eating cooling foods in that fiery pitta nature because they tend towards the heat. They shows up in their hot body temperature. So they have an aversion to being in the sun. They don't like that hot climate. Their tendencies, they run like a furnace, and it shows up in a healthy appetite, or what is called in Ayurveda a very strong digestive fire, as well as an inclination towards being very passionate people and very intense and sometimes very competitive in nature. So, cooling foods really are what you want to do when your pitta dosha is out of balance. Things like watermelon and apples, there's the astringent, and celery and coconut. Um, things like uh, working with sweet tastes, again, as I said. So here's a list of some things, and I'm just keeping it very general without having to go. There's lots of lists out there. You just have to Google it, and you can get lists and lists. But I just want to give you an overall idea of what you would want to how to calm that fiery nature of a pitta. So if we look about now going outside of the food, how do we practice? How does our practice look like a yoga practice? Well, again, going back to those qualities of hot, sharp, mobile, what we would want to do is like attracts like is that we want to treat this with the opposite. So a cooling practice, a practice that's softer in nature, a practice that engenders a feeling of release and surrender. So these are, which is quite the opposite of what a pitta person wants. A pitta person focused is very competitive. They want to do 150% of their overall capacity in a practice. So it can be this type of a practice may seem counterintuitive to a pitta's mind, but it's really what the pitta body needs. So a practice that works on laterals, stretching, side opening stretches, back bends and twists and forward folds are really what a practice would look like for balancing a pitta practice. So when a pitta person is in balance, they are joyfully getting things done in the world. Get out of their way because they are going to get it done. And if they're out of balance, they become frustrated easy, maybe irritable, and become excessive focused on trying to get things done where it becomes obsessive. So let's just talk a little bit about our practice today. We're going to have a pitta practice should encourage you. It should be compassionate. You should be kind to yourself. It should be a sense of acceptance of wherever you are without judgment. Try to be relaxed in nature, and it is a cooling practice. One of the things I'll keep guiding you through the practice is to maintain a soft gaze and just remember to be kind to yourself. We'll do a cooling breath where we're going to really breathe in through the nose and gently out through the mouth to allow the coolness to run across our tongue, to let go of the heat, get that heat out of the body. We want to operate at, somewhere between 70-80% of our capacity to work, not that 150%. So I know, again, this seems counterintuitive to a pitta mind, but this is what the pitta body really needs. So We don't want to push ourselves too much. So we'll begin our practice in a moment. Just remember to pull back on that intensity level as I guide you through today's practice. Remember, less is more. What would be optional, and if you have a block is optional. You don't need it, but it would be helpful. And then for relaxation, if you have a blanket nearby, you might want to have a blanket or a pillow or just something to cover over your body so that you can be comfortable throughout the practice. So with that, we're ready to begin our practice. So I will invite you to make your way into crocodile, which will be our starting position, which is a prone position where you're going to lay down on your belly. You're going to stack your elbows one on top of the other and gently rest your forehead on top of your hands and try to find as comfortable a position as possible. Allow the body to settle into the earth and let your body just release, and that expression to surrender into the Mother Earth, and just trust that Mother Earth is there to support you. So let's make our way in and settle in and soften into the practice today. Belly. Arms are stacked, forehead resting. Try to relax your shoulders. Allow your feet to extend behind you, and they should be about mat width distance apart. And you can point your toes in any way that feels appropriate for your ankles. Begin to settle in. Notice the felt sensation of your breath here. We'll spend about a minute here, so just notice your breath. As you breathe in, see if you can breathe deep into the bowl of your belly and find that sense of your abdomen pressing into the mat and feeling a fullness in your rib cage start to expand. As you exhale, allow the softness to happen. This practice, we're going to try to reduce excessive heat in the body, release the intensity in the mind, maintain a soft gaze throughout the practice. Again, breathe deep into the bowl of your belly. Feel that expansiveness. We want to create spaciousness in the abdominal area and in the rib cage area. Try to create a sense of evenness in your breath. Long, slow inhale and a long, slow exhale. Take a couple more breaths here. And after you exhale in the next breath, just gently slide your hands alongside your chest and push yourself up, and you're going to press yourself all the way back into a child's pose. As you shift your hips all the way back towards your heels, shift your hips from side to side, trying to release that low back area. Keep your neck soft, soften your cheeks, soften your gaze. Maybe look to your right and look to your left, releasing the back of your neck. And repeat. Look over to your right, look over to your left. And then we're going to very gently and slowly make your way up. And you're going to come onto your back in what we call the constructive rest pose. We're going to do a stretch here with a twist. where we're going to open up through the abdominal wall. You may want to observe me first so you can see what I'm doing, and then we'll do it together. So make sure you're facing the camera. So we're going to begin on your side, knees bent, and you're going to stack palm to palm. Your arms are extended out in front of you. Now this is going to a twist that we're going to open up through the whole side waist. So as I inhale, I take the upper arm, sweep it all the way around my body. As I do that, as I'm inhaling, lift my knees up and then roll all the way over to the other side. As I roll to the other side with my knees, I lift the opposite arm, palm to palm. Now the other side, inhale, sweep the arm like go all the way over your head like you're painting a rainbow. Lift your knees up and over across to the opposite side and bring your hands stacked palm to palm. Okay, we're going to do that 3-4 times each side. Take your time. So as you inhale, you sweep the upper arm over and around. Lift your knees up back to center, and then you roll to the other side in a twist and bring that other arm up, over, and around. Inhale, sweep the upper arm around, come towards the center with your knees, and then roll to the opposite side in a twist, bringing palm to palm. Let's try that a couple more times. As you inhale, fill your lungs, open up through the side body, bring your knees up, roll them to the opposite side, and then bring the arm palm to palm. You're facing the other side, the other direction. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arm up and around, bring your knees back to center, twist to the opposite side, stack palm to palm. Last one. Sweep your arm all the way around. Bring your knees up through center. Twist to the opposite side. Stack palm to palm. Complete this and wind up. Back. Palm to palm. Good. Wind up on your back. Your feet flat on the floor. Knees bent. Bring your palms down by your side, and you're in what we call constructive rest pose. Feet flat on the floor, walk your feet a little bit closer towards your buttocks. We're going to just bring your attention now into your abdominal area. We're going to do a little pelvic tilt, like you're zipping up a zipper. Draw your navel center to the back of your mat. Zip it up so you're flattening out the lumbar curve. Squeeze gently in that abdominal area. We really want to just get the blood flowing there. And then relax. As you relax, that lower arch of the back releases. You create that arch. We're going to repeat that pelvic tilt. Zip the zipper up. Navel center to the back of the spine. Flatten out that lumbar curve, and then release. Next time, we're going to lift the pelvis. So zip the zipper, flatten out that lumbar curve, press into the soles of your feet, and lift the hips up off the earth. So this, again, bring your attention as you lift up through that navel center, and then as you exhale, we're going to lower down. So we're going to repeat that 2 more times. You're going to zip the zipper, lift the pelvis as you rise up, and then you're going to lower down. Last time, lift the pelvis up, and then lower down. Now we're going to add the arms, an arm movement. So you're going to lift the pelvis, at the same time lift both arms all the way up. Bring the back of your hands overhead to the floor behind you. So now you're lifted up fully. And then you're going to lower your arms down by your side. Let's add the breath with this movement. So as you lift your arms and lift your hips, we're going to inhale, stretch and reach, press through your feet and lift up through your quads and pelvis as high as you can go comfortably. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Press through your feet, stretch and reach. And exhale, lower down. This will be the last one. Inhale, lift and reach. And if you'd like to just stay here with your hips lifted, you can always lower, but feel that gentle stretch across the top of the pelvis. And I want you to breathe a lot of energy, nice big slow, long slow inhale into your abdominal, and exhale slowly out through the mouth with a nice long exhale. Inhale again. And then on your next exhale, lower your hips and lower your arms to the mat. Gently bring your knees in towards your chest. You can take one hand to one shin and one hand to the other shin, and we're going to just do a little happy baby and rock from side to side. And again, just notice how that feels in your back. Good. And then roll all the way onto one side, and then allow yourself to come up. All right, and we're going to come onto our hands and knees and just do a little cat-cow. And palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, or maybe even a little bit behind your hips. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Press your knuckles, the base of your knuckles, into the earth gently. So remember now, we're going to try to operate at about 80%. So inhale, you're going to lift your tailbone, broaden your collarbone, look forward and up. So that when you exhale and round your back, I want you not to really squeeze as hard as you can. I want you to gently squeeze through the navel center as you exhale. And then do that a couple more times. Inhale, broaden your collarbone, look forward and up. And then exhale and round. Last time, inhale, look forward and up. And now as you exhale and round, gently press your hips back towards your heels. Take a child's pose. Rest your forehead, if you would, prone onto your mat or onto your hands. And just take a moment here and observe. Notice how the body is feeling. And again, this idea, avoid being judgment of yourself. It's just a sense of awareness. Again, soften your gaze inwardly. And remember, for Pitta, we're going to be practicing at a moderate pace. So we're not going to put 150% into it, more like about 80%, and see how that feels just by softening a little bit instead of being so hard on yourself. Okay? So slowly here, you're going to press yourself up onto your shins, all right? And we're going to do the gate pose. So again, I said it's very important. Lateral poses are what we want to do because we want to create spaciousness in this area of the digestion, okay? So I'll invite you to extend one leg out to the side. As you do that, your hips and shoulders should still be fairly squared on top of one another. And line up your toes and your knees. And that if you were drawing a line, you're in that same line, lateral line in your body. Rest one hand on top of the extended leg. And now you're going to sweep the arm, the opposite arm up as you inhale. And then exhale. Lean over to the side. And we're going to inhale, come up, and then exhale and lean. One more time. Inhale, come up. On the next exhale, we'll lean, and I'll invite you to just stay in this position so that you can really create openness through your intercostal muscles on the side. So I'll invite you to breathe. Nice, big, deep inhale through the nose. And let's exhale out through that mouth. We want to try to add coolness to the body. So if you exhale out through the mouth, that adds a little bit of cooling nature. So breathe in and exhale out. Good. One more time. Now, as you exhale, this time come up, but you're going to take that extended arm, place it onto the mat underneath your shoulder. So the palm is under your shoulder and palm, and try to create a forward, your body, your shoulders, hips, and foot are facing forward. Now, energetically now, you got to sort of get engaged to your core to maintain balance here. So if you can, we're going to extend Take your opposite arm, you're going to bring it up overhead for balance. Some of you might feel okay to bring the arm overhead, so I invite you to explore here if this is all right to bring the arm over towards your ear in a nice diagonal line. And breathe here. Some of you might engage, so the Pittas of you will surely want to lift your foot, but I'm going to invite you not to lift the leg all the way, just lift it up an inch or two, or just keep the toe lightly on the floor and see how that feels for you. Nice big deep inhale, and a nice big deep exhale. Really expand the side body. Take one more big deep inhale, and another big deep exhale. And then slowly make your way back up onto your shins and notice how that feels. Good. Just now allow the body to assimilate, balance, and we'll move to the opposite side. So your opposite leg comes out to the side, palm resting lightly on your side of your thigh. Square your shoulders over your hips and sweep the opposite arm up as you inhale, and then exhale, lean. Feel that side body stretch. Inhale, reach up to the sky. And then exhale, sweep that arm over. And remember, it can be a little bit more flowy here if you'd like. You don't have to be so rigid. A Pitta is rigid. So I'm going to invite you to make your lines a little more archy, a little bit more relaxed, so that you can bend your elbow a little bit here instead of a straight arm. See how that feels, just to get out of that rigid and into a little bit more relaxed. And breathe. So find that breath, breathe in through your nose, and then exhale slowly out through the mouth. So finding a cooling breath instead of a fiery breath. The Ujjayi breath is a very fiery breath. So now today we're going to practice with a slow, an inhale with a long, slow exhale. Take one more breath here. Make your way back up. Slide your opposite arm underneath the shoulder. Now remember the alignment here. Your hand, knee, and foot are in the same line of energy. See if you can stack your shoulder one on top of the other. Extend that arm. Good. And remember the line here doesn't have to be hard. Make it a soft line. So if it's available to you to bring your arm overhead, go right ahead. If you feel energetically you want to connect to that core, so feel that expansiveness through your abdominal area, low back area. And again, if you want to lift the leg, go ahead. But if you can just soften it a bit, I know the Pitta will want to lift it as high as you can. Can you find it place a little bit less effort? Maybe the toe stays on the floor. Feel the support. Trust the earth right now to support you here. And breathe. Big inhale and a big exhale. Relax, soften. One more time. And then come back up. And let your arms come down by the sides. So in yoga, the word pranayama, life-giving force. Prana gives life. And there's a lot of different breathing techniques that we can practice and learn. And as I mentioned, Pitta, we're trying to find cooling breathing techniques. And one of my fun ones that I love to do, it's kind of fun because it's, I want you to smile at yourself, laugh at yourself. Don't be so focused. Don't feel so hard. It's called horse lips. You know how a horse sneezes, it goes, try that. Breathe in through your nose, and exhale out through your mouth. Good. It relaxes the muscle and facial features, and just notice how that feels. Seems a little silly. Hopefully, you're by yourself, but for those of you, if someone else is in the room, don't worry about it. Let go of that, okay? Let go of what other people are thinking right now, and just feel the benefit of what that is to relax your facial features. Okay, so now I'm going to invite you to face the front of your mat. We're going to do some sides. We're going to add a little bit more twisting into the posture. So I'm going to invite you to step your right foot forward. Right knee is bent. We're in a low lunge. You're going to place your Arm directly underneath your shoulder and press through the pelvis here. So low lunge, lengthen your spine. Your opposite hand is on your knee, spine is long as you inhale. And now as you exhale, as you lengthen your spine, gently start to twist towards the bent knee. As you do, create softness in the back of the neck and start to look over the shoulder. So twisting postures are really very beneficial for the digestion and as well as that Pitta nature to twist through the navel center. Take another big deep inhale here. And then as your next exhale, slide the right foot back. Stretch your spine through child's pose. And then when you inhale, come up, step your left foot forward. Right hand stays underneath the shoulder. Knee is over the ankle. Palm is on the thigh. And start to lengthen the spine. So you feel that stretch through the spine and then gently add the twist. So you want to keep the back of the neck long, and you're really trying to lengthen the spine, softness in the shoulders. So try not to make this the hardest twist you can possibly do. Remember, we're trying not to operate at about 80% of effort, not 150. And just notice the spine spinning open and how that feels in your back body. Find your breath here. Remember, inhale through the nose. And softly exhale out through the mouth. One more time. And then come back through, take a child's pose, slide your foot back, stretch your spine. And then come up again, step the right foot forward. This time bring your hands right up to your thighs. Let's sweep the arms up and the low lunge. Lengthen up through the sternum, lift your heart. Palms to touch, and then bring your hands to your heart. So now we're going to add a twist by bringing your elbow to your knee and twist over to the opposite side. So bring that elbow to the knee and look over to your right. And add that nice twist. Make sure your knees and toes are facing the same direction. Feel the expansiveness here. Remember, through the core, through the ribs, shoulders, and gaze. Gaze is soft. Take one more breath. And then exhale. Come back through center. Lower your hands. Shift back into child's pose. Stretch the spine. And then as you inhale, step the left foot forward. And sweep your arms up into low lunge. Square your shoulders over your hips, lift your sternum, open up your heart. Feel that expansiveness in the front body. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Relax your shoulders, soften your gaze. As you prepare for your twist, bring your elbow towards your knee. If for any reason this is too intense for your back today, you can always just rest your hands on your knees and bring one hand to support the lower back. So always know you have options. Take the option that feels appropriate for you today. As you're twisting, keep the back of the neck long in line with your spine. Try not to let the head droop. Breathe in. And then on the next exhale, you're going to unwind, place your fingertips to the floor, slide back, take that extended child's pose. And then as you inhale, slide your hands back towards your knees, palms on the floor. You're going to tuck your toes and come up through a forward fold. So if you can, lift your hips, feet about hip width distance apart. You're towards the back edge of your mat. Drop your head. Clasp your elbows in a forward fold. Lengthen your spine. If you like a little rag doll, side to side, go right ahead. And then inhale. Place your hands on your knees and thighs and slowly roll yourself up. You should be towards the back of your mat, if you would. Let's just face the camera. We're going to do a side bending, standing side bending pose. So as you inhale, I'm going to invite you to sweep both arms up, clasp the wrist of one hand, and lean over as you stretch to the side bending bow. Really stretch, keep your shoulders in line with your hips, keep your feet grounded on the floor. Your neck is soft. So you could be looking forward, your gaze could be down if that feels better for your neck, or it could even be up. But take the variation that feels appropriate in your body, and then inhale, come back up to center, clasp the opposite wrist, and lean over to the opposite side. Make sure your feet are grounded. You shift your hips out slightly and create length through the side body. Those intercostal muscles are getting a gorgeous stretch. Take another breath. Neck in line with the spine. Again, breathe in and then come back up. And then as you exhale, bring your arms down by your sides. Take your mountain pose. Roll those shoulders forward and up and down the back. Forward, up, and down the back. One more time, forward and up and down the back. Good. So we're going to do a sun salutation. It's a little bit different than the ones we may have done in the past. And again, this is Pitta pacifying. I'm going to see about opening up, creating spaciousness through this abdominal area. But we're going to start at the back of your mat, okay? So as we begin at the back of the mat, if you're at the back edge of your mat, we're going to start by palms open, okay, being open, always that is a gesture to be open to receive. As you inhale, you're going to open your arms out to the sides and place the palms of your hands on your sacrum. So your fingertips are pointing down, supporting that lumbar spine. We're going to inhale and come up, lift up through the sternum, a gentle back bend, okay? So lift your sternum, open up your heart, look up towards the heavens. On your exhale, you're going to come through chair. So shift your hips back. You're going to bring your palms together, elbows together, if your elbows can touch. That may not be available to all. Palms and elbows, and come into that chair pose. So now just feel that engagement of your quads and glutes as you come into chair. Find your breath. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the floor. Bow down. Choice here is to interlace your hands behind your back and lift your arms up off your back and your shoulders. Or some of you might just prefer to rest your hands on the back of your sacrum, or you can just keep them down by your ankles. I'm always offering choices based on what feels right in your body. Now inhale here. On your exhale, bring your hands, plant your palms down on your mat, and you're going to walk yourself forward into plank. So that your shoulders are over your wrists. Now, if you're having any wrist issues today, please drop your knees and drop onto your elbows, okay? For those of you who have concerns with your wrists today, this is your modified pose. For those of you who want to stay in the full plank, let's everyone drop our knees. Let's try this because we're going to do this a few times. Drop your knees. We're going to lower down slowly to the count of 3, okay? So coming all the way down onto a prone position to your belly. Lower down. 3, 2, and 1. Now on your belly, take a crocodile pose. Extend your arms out in front of you. Rest your forehead. Pause here for a moment. Notice how that feels as you pause. Notice that felt sensation in your body. And then inhale, slide your hands. We're going to come up into a cobra. So slide your hands alongside your chest. Press down through the pubic triangle, so through your hip bones, pubic bones, navel center pressing down, extend through your legs nice and long. The tops of your toenails are on your mat. And inhale, gently lift your head and shoulders. Shoulder blades down the back, elbows close to your sides. No chicken wings here. And then exhale, lower down. Then inhale, come up onto all fours, tuck your toes, and then make your way back into your downward dog. In your downward dog, you want to pedal your feet, go right ahead. Draw those shoulder blades down the back. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Soften your facial features. Relax your cheeks. Soften your tongue. Soften your gaze. You're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. Sweep your arms out to the sides and come all the way up. Palms to touch, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And then we're going to repeat that series 2 more times, all right, before we add on. So start with your palms open out in front of you. Inhale, sweep them around and place them back on your sacrum. Inhale, open up into a gentle back bend. As you exhale, you're going to come into chair. Nice deep chair, palms to touch, elbows to touch. Nice deep chair, sit down. I like to call this almost like a power chair that you go a little bit deeper, feel those quads engage and glutes engage. And then as you exhale, fingertips down to the floor for forward fold. You can choose to keep your fingertips on the floor or interlace your hands behind the back, opening up your shoulders with that forward fold. Shake your head no, shake your head yes. As you inhale, release your hands to the floor and walk your hands forward into plank. Modify as needed. Now, for those of you who want to drop your knees, or if you're going to lower down and plank, lower down for a count of 3, 2, and 1. Take a crocodile pose, prone position, rest, forehead to your mat or to the hands. Soften just a bit and just notice that sensation is in your body. Inhale, slide your hands alongside your chest. You're going to come up to cobra. And for those of you who would prefer an up dog a little bit higher, again, this is your practice. Remember though, operate at 80%. You're not coming all the way up to the highest back bend you can do, somewhere in between. Exhale, lower down. And then inhale, tuck your toes, come up to all fours or straight into downward dog. Everyone meet up in downward dog in any way that you choose to get there. In your downward dog, we'll stay here for 3 breaths. Focus your gaze towards your toes, to your knees, to your shins, or to your abdominal area. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale softly through the mouth. On your next exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. And then inhale all the way up, palms to touch. Gaze up to the heavens. And then exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, open your palms. Place the palms on the back of your sacrum. As you exhale, lift your sternum and gently jock back bend. Inhale, transition into chair, palms to elbows to touch, and exhale, sit back into nice deep chair. Gaze towards your fingertips. Notice those felt sensations in your body. Spine is long. Inhale, Exhale, fingertips down to the floor. Now you can interlace your hands behind your back, come into a full shoulder opening, or fingertips stay on the floor. Release your hands to the floor and walk out to your plank pose. Alternate, it could be knees on the ground, elbows on the ground, and then lower down to a count of 3, 2, 1. Crocodile pose, prone onto your abdominals, relax. Appreciate the earth here supporting you. Feel Mother Earth beneath your body, giving you the support that you need. Inhale, slide your hands alongside your chest, come up through cobra, up dog. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, and make your way back into your downward facing dog. From here, lift your right leg up to the sky, and you're going to step your right foot up towards your right hand. Place the heel of the back foot onto the floor and come up into your warrior one. So expand your arms overhead, lift up through the heart. And now on your exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And we're going to make a twist here. We're going to bring your elbow to the knee. Now, if this is too much of a twist, I sometimes like to lift the heel of my back foot off the ground. I find that this releases the pelvis. So that's an option to bring that elbow. If it's too much for you, just place your hands on your thigh and add the twist. So take the variation that works best for your body today. Lengthen your spine, nice big deep inhale. And then nice big deep exhale. As you inhale, come back up to warrior one. And then as you exhale, open up to the long edge of your mat. Expand out. We call this the 5-pointed star. Or you can come into the temple variation here, bending your knees and bending your elbows. Good. Relax those shoulders. Really work. Feel the quads and the glutes engage. And now we're going to do warrior one facing the opposite direction. Inhale. Come on up, facing the back edge of your mat now. Warrior one. Bring your hands to your heart. So we'll add the twist. Now take the variation that works for you. If you want to lift the heel of the back foot up, that frees your pelvis to come around in a twist. Go right ahead. Bring your elbow to the knee, or maybe just bring your hand to the knee and twist as you look over the left shoulder. So again, modify as you feel works best for your body today. Remember, operating at 80%, you don't have to go into that hard twist. Try it differently. See how it feels. Don't judge yourself. Just be aware. Feel the felt sensations. Inhale, come back up through warrior one. And then exhale, open up into 5-pointed star. Inhale, exhale, lower the arms. We're going to work our way into warrior two now. So the right foot, your front foot is going to point towards the front edge of your mat. Bend that knee. The back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Spread your arms nice and wide. And again, let's just take different arms, palms up, soften the elbows. Your gaze is over the middle finger of the front hand. And we're going to inhale. On your exhale, lower that right elbow or the elbow to the thigh. And we're going to sweep the arm up, down rather, forward and up. Nice big circle, nice big flowing circle. Let's do that again. Bring the arm down, forward, and up. Nice big stretch through the side body as you do that. And then down, forward, and up. And this time when you come up, if you can, extend the arm. Or maybe even let your gaze either be down or look up. Or anywhere in between is fine. You're going to inhale up to warrior two. And then come back into the peaceful warrior. And breathe into the side body here. Nice big deep inhale. And nice big deep exhale. Nice big deep inhale. And then as you exhale here, straighten the front leg. And then come back towards the front edge of your mat. And we're going to reverse it to the opposite side. So warrior two, opposite leg, point your toe towards the back edge of your mat. Shoulders and hips are stacked. The knee is bent. So always remember that your knee is in line with your ankle. Make sure when you look, you can see your big toes. Add your arms, again, palms up just for different variation today, just to feel something different in your body. Notice how that feels. Opens the shoulders. Gazes over the extended arm to the front leg. Bend that elbow. We'll place it gently on that thigh. And sweep the arm down and around and up. Big circles. I really want you to breathe into that sideways. So we're trying to create this openness in the lateral body. Down and open. Big, big stretch. The next time when you come down and up, you're going to hold it. As you hold it here, I'm going to invite you to don't drop into that shoulder. If you had to take that arm that's resting on your thigh and just slide it out, your body is supported through your legs. And now bring it back and rest it. Okay, so we're working at 80%, not 100%. Let the body open. Breathe into the body. Breathe into the shoulders. Breathe into the side waist. Inhale back into warrior two. From your warrior two, go into that exalted warrior. Soften your arms here. Even bend your elbow if you'd like. Bringing that hand towards the top of your head. And just feel the release just by taking an extended warrior here just differently. Soften that elbow. Breathe in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Strong legs. Really feel the strength of your legs grounding down. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale, come back up, straighten the leg, parallel your feet, and let's bring both feet together here and take a mountain pose. Bring your shoulders forward and up and roll them back and down. We're going to take a wide angle forward fold. So again, nice big wide feet. You're going to hinge at your hips. As you hinge at your hips, shift your hips back, lengthen your spine. Slide your hands down halfway so that your spine is parallel to the floor. Notice how that feels. Knees still stay slightly soft. And then let both hands come down to the floor. And maybe allow the crown of the head to slowly drop into that forward fold. Whatever feels right in your body today. Again, try not to over effort it, but just feel that crown of the head come to the earth. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. I like to shift my hips gently right and left just to release the pelvic area. And then bend your knees and slowly make your way back up. Come all the way up. Inhale, roll the shoulders forward, up and down the back. And now point your foot towards the front of your mat. We're going to work triangle. So triangle is really an amazing pose to get into the side waist of your body. So we're really going to focus on getting deeper now. This is a deeper variation of the side bend. Pay attention to alignment. So I want you to extend your front arm forward. Your back hand is going to be resting on your sacrum area. I want you to just sort of rest on your side hip here. Now, shift the pelvis out, but extend that front arm as far forward as you feel comfortable as you can. And then lower that hand to either above the thigh or below. So I'm going to invite you not to go into your full expression. If it's getting your hand to the floor today, find a variation that's not as intense. So maybe let your hand rest on your shin or above your thigh. Stack your shoulders. I want you to keep your shoulders open. Now with your hand that's on the back, I want you to breathe into that space. So I want you to breathe deep into that space. Feel that felt sensation. Don't lock out that front knee. Anchor down through your feet. Now, if you can, I would invite you to bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Good. Now, if you can, inhale, lift that elbow up towards the sky. Feel that stretch. If you can, reach your hand to the crown of your head. Keep the neck in line with your spine. I like to take the palm of my hand and support the back of my neck, so I feel like my head is in line with my spine. You're almost like holding your head in a pillow-like way. Good. Feel that stretch through the side body now. Take another big deep inhale here. And then bend that right knee and then make your way slowly back up. Lower your hands. Let's come back with our feet together. Just turn back to center. And just feel that stretch through the side of body and notice what you notice without judgment, a sense of awareness. Really opening up into that the side of your body in a way that you may not have accessed previously. All right, step your feet nice and wide again. Point the back foot towards the back edge of your mat. And bring your opposite hand to the sacrum and extend the arm towards the front foot, nice and long. Go as long as you can. Reach and reach. And then lower that hand to someplace either above or below the knee. And again, try to take it to a place that's not that extreme. You're not all the way to the ankle or the floor. Somewhere in between, that you feel that you're efforting, but you're not over-efforting. Breathe into that hand on your back. Feel that expansiveness, stacking those shoulders. The front body is really open here. And then I invite you to bring your fingertips to your shoulders. See how that feels. If your shoulder's okay with this, lift the elbow up. Feel that stretch a little bit more in those lateral muscles. And then maybe bring your hand to the crown of your head or to the nape of your neck. I invite you to just take the variation that feels good for you. Anchor through those feet, really root down, but breathe and open up. Feel that expansiveness across the front of your chest and breathe into that side waist. Breathe in through the nose, exhale softly out through the mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. Great job, everyone. Really nice. And slowly bend your knee and make your way back up. Cartwheel. Bring your toes towards one another and step together. We're going to do one more standing posture, and then we're going to make our way down and do some prone work on the back body. So we're going to take if you have a block handy and you like to use a block, we're going to do the half moon, which is a really expansive way to open up the side body. So if you have a block, you may want to put a block on the right, up in the front hand corner of your mat. So we're going to do warrior two. So step your front foot forward, bend your right knee, warrior two. From here, you're going to take that front hand and lean down, place it on the block. Now that block, if you don't have a block, fingertips on the floor, it's fine. All right. And you're going to shift your weight onto the front leg. As you do that, make sure knees and toes are facing the same direction. A lot of people tend to pigeon toe one foot in towards the midline. See if you can straighten your leg out before you put all your weight on that standing leg. And then you're going to lift the back leg up, stack your shoulders, one over the other. Find balance, effort and ease. And then I'll invite you, if you can lift the arm, or just keep it on the sacrum here. That feels like you're 80% today. Keep your hand down, don't add the arm. Keep your gaze towards the floor for focus. Take one more breath. Breathe into that expansiveness from your navel center out in all directions, through the crown of your head, out through your tailbone. Feel that expansiveness. And then when you're ready to come out, bend both knees, soften, step down, come up through center, parallel, pause. Breathe, observe the energy of that pose. Balance poses brings the energy up a little bit more. And then we're going to do the other side. So I invite you to move that block to the opposite side. Set up for your warrior two, opposite side. Inhale. Now as you exhale, you're going to place your palm on the block. Transfer the weight onto the front leg. Lift your back leg up. Keep your gaze looking down. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Your hands can be up if you choose to, or take a variation that's 80% maybe without adding that upper arm. But focus on stacking your shoulders and stacking your hips, so you really get that expansiveness in that side body stretch. Expand through your navel center, through the crown of your head. Reach out from your navel, out through your tailbone, out through the extended heel behind you. Breathe down into the foot that's into the earth. Feel that extension. Find focus and balance. Stable and steady. And when you're ready to come out, bend both knees, place feet both on the ground, come back up, and come back to your mountain pose. And again, just feel that energy of a challenging balance pose, right? When we challenge ourselves to hold a pose a little bit longer than we normally do, feel that energetic qualities that it has. Beautiful. All right, and let's gently make our way down into seated position. So we're going to sit with one leg extended. You're going to bend one knee and place the sole of that foot on the inner thigh. So we're going to do a seated head to knee pose. So we can add this a nice twist. So the extended leg, place your hand on your knee or shin. Some of you, again, might be just to the knee. Some of you might be into the ankle. Some of you might even reach for the toe. And then you're going to take that opposite arm, bring it up and over, and side bend stretch. So nice, big, long stretch. Now, if you can, try not to drop that shoulder in towards the knee, but see if you can open up that shoulder, stack the shoulder, and feel that stretch more in the side. Okay, so this really, you're stretching your quadratus lumborum, the QL muscle. You feel that stretch in the low back. If you bring your hand to that, you'll feel that muscle really stretch. And then, from there, sweep that arm, and you'll notice as you bring that arm up and over how much more you can really get into that stretch. Breathe into that space. Remember that breath of inhale through the nose, exhale gently outside through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. Last time. As you exhale, slowly come up. As you release the leg that's bent out in a wide angle stretch, just keep your hands in front of you. You're going to hinge gently through the pelvis into a gentle forward fold. We're not going to go full extension here. I just want you to lengthen your spine, watch the low back here, and walk your hands slightly forward into that forward fold. Breathe into the back body. And then work your way back up. We'll do the opposite side. So bend the opposite leg. Bend that, place the sole of the foot on the inside of the thigh of the extended leg. Extend your arm on that leg. Bring your right hand, your opposite hand onto that sacrum, into that back area. Breathe into that QL on the opposite side. And I want you to really breathe deep here now. As you inhale, extend the arm out and up. And then as you exhale, and you bring the arm over, and of course, feel that muscle really reach without, again, working at an effort that's not as strenuous, but feel that stretch. I really want you to breathe into that QL. Feel it's like you're nice and warm now. That muscle is like taffy. It can stretch. Breathe deep. Exhale through the mouth. Again, breathe deep. Exhale out. Last time. As you exhale, come on up. Extend both legs again. Now this time we're going to take the forward fold. Again, release the flesh from your buttocks. You're going to hinge through the pelvis, long spine if you can, palms, fingertips out in front. Everyone here will be different. But so for those of you who have tight hamstrings, bring your legs closer in. Keep your knees and toes pointing up. And as you come into a forward fold, some of you might want to go all the way onto your elbows. Some of you might go further. This is a very personal practice based on your hamstrings and what's available to you. Listen to your body as you come into this and mind your low back. Remember, nice big long inhale, soften your gaze. Bring your attention to that felt sensation in your body. Softening through the mouth, the cheeks. When you're ready to come out, gently work your way back up. Bend your knees, bring your knees together. We're going to prepare for relaxation. So if you have any props that you want to have available to help enhance your relaxation practice, please have them handy. Let's make our way back onto our backs, constructive rest. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. As you come onto your spine, I'm going to invite you to just hug your knees right into your chest and rock from side to side. We're going to do happy baby here. Just release any last tension. I like to bring my hands on my knees and circle my knees. We did a lot of twists today. I'll invite you to drink lots of water after your practice today. That'll be really very nourishing for all of your organs to flush out any impurities that may be lingering. So drink extra water today, even maybe some hot water or warm water with lemon is so very healthy and nourishing for your body. If you don't like it, you can always put just a drop of honey in it for those who prefer that taste. And then when you're ready, you're going to prepare yourself for relaxation. So I will invite any posture that feels suitable for you, that you prefer. Some of you might prefer, if you're home, you can rest your legs up on the couch or on the bed, or you want to put a cushion under your knees. If you prefer, go right ahead, or just take whatever relaxation pose that feels appropriate for you. So I'm going to take you through a guided relaxation. This is called the flow of awareness relaxation. So as I take you through this practice, we'll do a guided relaxation, and then I'm going to bring you up into a seated alternate nostril breath practice, and then we're going to finish with a little meditation. So begin to settle in. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. And just now, as you're relaxed, be aware of your stillness. And just allow your awareness to let yourself release your body into the supports beneath you. As you prepare for yourself for this practice of going inward, just allow yourself to lie flat on all surfaces as you can. Perhaps your palms are up. Maybe your legs are spread apart. Gently allowing your gaze to soften inward, closing your eyes, and allow the body to release. Release the weight of your body into this floor. Allow the skin to relax on the bones of your body. Acknowledge how we hold ourselves as you let the weight of the physical body feel the supports beneath it. Just see if you can invite your mind to release. This particular practice is centered around a series of sweeping breaths that accompany your awareness, right? From point to point through your body. It's an upward flowing awareness, which comes with each inhalation, and a downward flowing awareness, which comes with each exhalation. So as soon as your inhale reaches the uppermost point, you bring your exhalation into a downward destination. Throughout this entire practice, there should be just a seamless flow of your breath, weaving one breath into the next breath, with little or no pause. Cultivating a smooth, deep, diaphragmatic breath as you feel the gentle rhythm of your abdominal rising on the inhale and softening on the exhale. So take a few breaths right now, just bringing that attention to a deep, smooth, even breath. Notice or release any trembling or shakiness. Release any effort with your breath. Allow it to grow smooth and even with each inhale and each exhale. Let it synchronize to your own cadence. So even as I guide you, stay with your own cadence on the breath so that it's comfortable and even. Notice the space that your body occupies. Feel that energetic awareness of the space that your body's in right now. As you inhale, feel the breath. Explore the furthermost point of your body. So inhale from your toes all the way up to the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, exhale from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes in a sweeping movement of your breath. Inhale from the toes up to the crown of your head. Exhale from the crown all the way down to your toes. Inhale from the toes up to the crown of your head. Now, as you exhale, exhale down to your ankle point. Inhale from your ankles all the way to the crown of your head. Exhale from the crown of your head to your ankles. Inhale from your ankles to the crown of your head. Exhale down to your knees. Inhale from your knees to the crown of your head. Exhale from the crown down to your knees. Inhale from your knees to the crown of your head. Now exhale down to the perineum, to the base of your spine. Inhale from your perineum to the crown of your head. Exhale down to your perineum. Inhale from your perineum up to the crown of your head. Now exhale down to your navel center. Inhale from your navel center to the crown of your head. Exhale from the crown of your head to your navel center. Inhale from your navel center to the crown of your head. And exhale now down to your heart center. Inhale from your heart center to the crown of your head. Exhale from the crown of your head to your heart center. Inhale from your heart center to the crown of your head. Exhale now to your throat. Inhale from your throat to the crown of your head. Exhale from the crown to your throat. Inhale from your throat to the crown of your head. Exhale now to the center of your forehead. Inhale from the center of your forehead to your crown. Exhale from your crown to to the center of your forehead. Inhale from the center of your forehead to your crown. Now exhale out from the crown through the openings of your nostrils. Inhale from the nostrils, the center of your forehead. Exhale from the center of your forehead out through the nostrils. Repeat that again from the nostrils to the center of your forehead. Exhale from the center of your forehead to the nostrils. Now just release any focus on the point to point and just rest in stillness for the breath for one more moment, one more minute. Gently bring your awareness back into the physical body, breathing a little bit deeper into the belly. Awareness. And then you're going to take your time and slowly and carefully roll onto your left side. And make your way up into a seated, comfortable seated position. So if you need any prop to sit comfortably, practice of alternate nostril breathing. This is a very balancing breath for all doshas. And if you're not familiar with alternate nostril breathing, we do a gesture called a mudra with your hand, where you've never done it before. You make a fist with your right hand or your dominant hand. You're going to use your thumb, keep the index and middle finger closed. You're going to the ring finger and pinky will be extended. And we're going to take that, you're going to bring the thumb and ring finger to the bridge of your nose. Gently slide it down. You're going to feel the harder cartilage of the nose. And then just below the nose, you'll notice the soft indent. And this indent is where we're going to close off the right nostril and left nostril in a practice called alternate nostril breathing. Now it's a very gentle close off. You don't press too hard. It's a very gentle. So right now, just rest your fingers gently. If you don't like doing this type of mudra, you do not have to do it. Some people will alternate ring finger right and left and just move that way. That's okay. Or you may choose not to do it at all. Whatever makes you feel most comfortable. But if you're joining me, you doing alternate nostril breathing, bring your hands to that place, just in that soft place of your nostrils. We're going to do a complete breath right now. Just inhale and exhale out of both nostrils. And now we're going to begin with, as you inhale through both nostrils now, close off your left as you exhale out through the right. Close off your right and inhale through your left. Close off your left and exhale out through your right. Close off your right and inhale through your left. Close your left and exhale out through your right. Now inhale through your right. Close off your right and exhale out through your left. Close off your left and inhale through your right. Close off your right and exhale out through your left. Close off your left and inhale through your right. Close off your right and exhale out through your left. Now inhale through your left. Close off your left and exhale out through your right. Close off your right and inhale through your left. Close off your left and exhale out through your right. Inhale through your left. Close off your left and exhale out through your right. Take a short break, rest your hand, and just notice the felt sensation between the right and the left. Just continue to breathe. We're going to do one more round, but just take 2 more breaths where you are, inhaling and exhale slowly through both nostrils. Prepare for another round now by bringing your hands up back to your nostrils. We're going to inhale through both nostrils now. But as you exhale, close off the right and exhale out through your left. Close off the left and inhale through your right. Close off and exhale out through your left. Close off and inhale through your right. Close off and exhale out through your left, but now inhale through your left. Exhale out through your right. Inhale through your left. Exhale out through your right. Inhale through your left. Exhale out through your right, but inhale now through your left. Inhale through your right. Exhale out through your left. Close off and inhale through your right. Exhale out through your left. Close off, inhale through your right. Close off now and exhale out through your left. Release your hand. And again, just notice that felt sensation. Perhaps close your eyes now, if they're not already closed. And just sit with the breath and meditation for another minute or two. Some of you might like to choose to focus on a mantra. The mantra I suggest is the word so hum. So as you inhale, you're inhaling the word so. As you silently saying the word so on the inhale and silently exhaling the words hum. Inhaling the word so, exhaling the word hum. For the next minute or two, just stay focused with that inhale and exhale and the word so hum, which means I am that. Slowly release the mantra. I invite you to bow your head or bring your hands, if you choose to your heart. And see if you can pause in a place within that feels like something like gratitude. And from that place of gratitude, I'll invite you to consider one blessing today that you can be grateful for. I'm grateful to all of you for allowing me this honor today to hold this space and to share these practices with you. I wish that you all peace, and the word Shanti means peace. So Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.